Tim and Elaine's house. This is a house that they're going to be using for a rental. It's kind of like Tara here. It's Tara, and it's kind of Hollywood, glamour, glitz, 1960s. Wait till you see the inside. Outside, right now, the first thing I'd love for them to do is get these glass panels frosted, because all you're seeing is the light bulb inside. And they can use spray frost too. It's real easy to do, and I think it'll make a big difference. Come on inside. This is a pretty amazing entryway that we have here. We've got a lot of mixed styles. And so what I would like to see is the possibility. We have one fixture that they put in here, and they were thinking about putting 3 of them in, mounted at different heights, and I think that would be really great. They put some early LEDs in here that are a little bit too cool. I would like them to be in 2700 degrees Kelvin and a slightly bigger CRI. Right now these are probably at 85. If we can get to 90 or 95 in CRI, the color quality will be a little bit better. We're going to talk about lighting, but I'm also talking about some other things that I see that they may not be thinking about. They may throw some of these ideas away. They may grab onto some of them. Either, it's okay with me. Now when I look at the stairs, I would love to see the risers also painted black, because I think we've got too many styles going on here, and I think that would be a little bit more cohesive and tie itself into the slate flooring that we have here. They're also thinking about doing something right here, and I would love to see some sort of round table or pedestal that has a really, it could have sculpture on it, it could have a plant, a flower arrangement, something that just sort of welcomes you in, because right at this mid-height, when you visually walk into the house, you're not really seeing anything. They've been thinking about it, so that's good to me. Really, I look at this stonework that's over here, and this is sort of that Hollywood Babylon kind of look, where it's a conflagration of styles, okay? And if it were my house, I would think about painting the stone out. And just think about it. I would do it in a gray that matches the slate that we have in the front here. Just trying to pull in some of these elements. There's so many elements in here that if we can reduce some of them so that everything feels a little bit more cohesive, just want you to think about it, okay? The other thing that I would love for them to think about is, right now it's big solid doors, which means there's no natural light coming into here. Now, if these had frosted glass panels inside, something that played off of the era of the house, then we'd have some natural light coming into the space. Let's walk into the dining room, shall we? Oh my God! Can we believe it? It is 1968, frozen in time. And the owners, they are going to be taking some of this furniture out. It's really heavy and not great. I would love to see the built-ins in the back painted out. They're doing some of that in other parts of the house. I think that would really clean it up, have a little bit more reflected light in the space. That would be with the wainscoting as well. And this is kind of dowdy. And if they don't find one that's a little bit more modern, I just love them to spray it out white. And I think that would really lighten it up. You would start to see all of the detail, and it wouldn't look so dated. It would be a modern reinterpretation. This kind of looks like their house here. Very Tara-esque in that space. I'd paint that puppy out. Just, I don't want it. But that's just me, okay? Now we have really early recessed fixtures in here, and these can easily be retrimmed so that they can be adjustable. So then you can start to direct them towards art or plants or sculpture, or something that's happening in this space, okay? So that's what I would recommend for the dining room area. The other little thing that I might do is throw a little bit of linear LED lighting inside the cabinets so that there's a little bit of visual energy there. And also I'd have them think about mirroring the back so that you would get a little bit more reflected light back into the space. The cabinets would look a little bit deeper, and during the day, even when the lights aren't on, it would really capture some of the natural light that's available in this room. Okay? Please walk this way. Here is the living room. This is where astronauts' wives come to dine with each other. This, a little bit caskety. I think these could go. I think these could go. See how much more light comes in? And it doesn't feel so much like death if you get rid of those. Now, these are another one that I would love. Maybe these get painted out black, sprayed out black, and then do a more modern shade. There's something kind of cool and sculptural and retro about them. So I would have you think about that. The white carpeting, really hard to keep up if this is a rental unit. So I would have, if I was doing it, I would probably match the flooring in the dining room so that you have the slate in the center and then matching wood on either side, just to help kind of pull the spaces together. It's really, sometimes it's hard to suggest some things. Now, this is a speaker in the center of the room, kind of bizarre. What I would love to do is I'd love to do a close to the ceiling fixture here that's about 30 to 36 inches in diameter, another one there, but only coming down from the ceiling about 9 to 12 inches altogether. But what that's going to do is we're going to have a decorative element in here, it's going to throw some ambient light, and it's really going to pick up the cottage cheese on the ceiling, which is a great detail in here. If there was glitter in it, then it would have been perfect. Let's walk on. Here we are in the bar lounge area. It really does kind of soak up the light, don't you think? Okay, so if we don't take the paneling out, you could take the paneling off, or you just paint it out. I think that would really start to make the space not feel so cavey. I don't know whether cavey is a word, but it's kind of cavey in here, all right? I love the tuck and roll bar here that you can get drunk and bump into it and you'll be A-okay. And friends and family, when they bang their heads here on the counter, they would be okay as well. They would survive. Now, I would tuck a little bit of light under here to throw light down onto the stonework in here. In the back, they have added a little bit of LED lighting, which I really like. I'm just suggesting that they do a little bit of an L channel, an extrusion, that hides the source of light, so it's not so bright and sparkly right there, but throws a bit of light up. They also have all of this great barware down here as well. If we tucked another piece of light under here to extend it, I think that would really help things out to kind of pull the stuff together. I would even do a light underneath here all the way along, just so when you are making those cocktails that you have the space that you can do it, I think, and the kind of light that you would need. You already have the reveal here, and there are little baby fluorescents under there, so you already have the electricity, and it would be quite an easy thing to do. Now, for me, I think the stonework is okay in here. It's a little Barney rubble, and I think that's okay as well. We don't want to take it all away. What we're doing is we just want to bring it into this age with a nod towards what it is. But this house is kind of a hodgepodge of design, and so the idea is pick the best of the hodgepodge and then reduce the effect of some of the other elements that are in the space. Does that make sense? All right, we got good old big old eyeball recess fixtures here. Retrim them again to something that's flush to the ceiling, not brassy, just the same color as the ceiling here. And these fixtures, I like them, but they're a little bit dinky. And so I would like to see something that's a little bit larger here. But I like the idea of 3 pendants over here. The other thing that I'm seeing in some homes is that there's a long pendant that goes all the way across, a box pendant, that has a little bit more of a modern feel, and it feels a little bit more architectural. So you can go with either of those ways. Here again, I would love to get a little bit more ambient light in the space. We have this ceiling that's broken up by the beams, and so I would like to see a big fixture here and a big fixture here, so that we have a little bit of more glow of illumination in the space. I would love to see some recessed fixtures to light up the stonework, just washing the stones so we pick up the texture. A little bit more of a bounce back of illumination I think would really help. This is kind of a tiny countertop here. I would just like to see a larger piece so that it comes all the way to the edge, or maybe even holds a little bit over, and then a couple of recessed fixtures here to illuminate whatever is selected for this area. Let's go into the kitchen, shall we? This is the original wishing well in the house. If you saw the movie The Ring, this is where the child was buried and left. Okay, they've sealed it up, and it's not moving, so it's just going to be here forever, all right? If I could take it out, I would. Now, see how the refrigerator just says, it's all about me. It's the Kardashian of appliances, okay? Now, what I would like to do is pull that out, stick it over here, and there is a space behind so that the refrigerator, you know, this section of cabinet would come out, the refrigerator would be here, and it would be recessed so that it's flush with the face of the cabinets. I think that would give us much more space in here. And the owners are also thinking about taking this wall out here, which I think is a really great idea. Really open it up so that when you're preparing meals, you can also talk to the people that are getting sloshed at the bar. Very important. I would love to see all the cabinets painted out in here. Something kind of I'm going to say a gray. I like the tile, I think is fine that's in here. I just think I would like to see, this is really just sucking up so much light that if it was done in a light gray, I think it would really help make the space glow a little bit more. The brickwork, again, we've got another style in here. I mean, this is not colonial, and if it was my place, I would love to see this brick painted out. Okay, that's just me. That's me. Now, some of the recessed fixtures are already replaced with LED fixtures, which I think is a very good idea. I would take these guys out and do recessed adjustable fixtures just to wash here. And maybe we add one more, just so that we get a nice even wash of light, again picking up the texture of the space. And I would like to see a fixture. In here, what I would like to see is a drum fixture. And think of it as like one of those drums, like, whatever you call those drums. Drum-shaped drum. So it's going to be about 18 to 24 inches tall, and it's going to be 18 to 22 inches wide, and it's going to hang at about here. You don't want it to visually interrupt your sight line, but you since this is here, you know, let's make it kind of a gathering space. This would be a great place to put appetizers out, do small sacrifices, taxidermy, whatever you want. I think that would be great. Now I'm just going to go in a circle and wander around. I think we should end up over here. I kind of like to think of this as the after room. This is, to me, this is where they've really done a lot of things to make the space cohesive. Painting all the trim out around the windows and the doors the same color as the walls really opens it up. Having the wide plank flooring has kind of a rustic feel to it, but it also does feel a little 1960s as well. I love the arc lamp over the table. And I love this little pendant guy here in the sofa area with the kidney-shaped coffee table. I think this is all working really well, really, really well. Maybe a few recess fixtures. I would love to see this illuminated, that illuminated, and this corner illuminated, and that corner illuminated. I'm just trying to figure out how I might get some ambient light into this space. This is going to throw a little bit, but I think what I would do is I would do a torchère lamp, a floor lamp that bounces light up in this corner and in this corner over here, just so that we have some light bouncing across the ceiling to soften the shadows on people's faces. So that's the end of my tour. I'm looking forward to seeing to what the owners are going to do. We're going to empty out their bank account and get all of this done, okay? So this is Randall Whitehead saying goodbye for now, and we will see you soon, and good light. All right? Bye!